Hey there, this is Anthony from Center Still Studio. I'm doing a play test of a game currently in production called Tsui-Lam. It's an adventure puzzle game where the player can explore planets, collect treasures, find relics from ancient civilization, and solve puzzles. The author of this, I apologize in advance, I'm not going to be able to say this correctly, but the author is Pue-Tsuâ. This is a link down below to itch.io, which is where the game demo is available for play. I'm just going to play it and give basically just first impressions and any kind of feedback that I can give, hopefully to help the developer here in his or her development. So, excuse me. So you might hear a little bit of noise in the back. I'm in Philadelphia on the East Coast right now of the United States, and there's a couple of squalls here as the polar vortex comes down. So yeah, so let me get it started. I already installed it, but I have not played it yet. Alright, let me navigate to the playtest. I'm just going to play through it, like I said, give my first impressions, and here we go. Might show up on the wrong monitor. There we go. Alright. Up, do I have sound on? Ah, okay, no music. That's fine. Alright, so no music. I was expecting a little bit of music, but it's fine. Here we go. So new research, read record, or read record, options and exit game. Let's check the options. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Very, very sci-fi. I like that. It's good feedback. Resolution. There should definitely be a drop down here for these. 1280 by 600 full screen. Nah. Well, it happens. I'm sure if I press apply, it'll go. Here we go. Go ahead and apply it. No, okay, not bad. Alright, so we'll apply everything. Do I gotta apply? Oh, okay. So applying once applies for everything. Got it. What's this? Nothing. Okay, so I assume there's going to be something in the future. Maybe like a save games, or this might be like a load game. Maybe. Okay, so new research. Let's check this out. Enter name of researcher. Tony. Conform. Adventure research data. Ooh, what's all this? Professional certificate in planet exploration. You're allowed to explore stars and planets in the galaxy. That's pretty cool. Blue coin, a currency that has been used among researchers and explorers. I like this. This really reminds me of like Mass Effect. You know, it's obviously a super low fidelity version of that because Mass Effect had like 300 developers, so they could afford it. But this is really cool. I've always really liked stuff like this. It's like you're allowed to explore. Like it gives you a really good feel for. Like I already feel like there's a world here. This is really, really good. I feel like there's a world underneath it. There's like a base upon which to stand. Uh-oh. Oh. Okay, so I cannot back out of this. Okay, so I can't back out. So this is definitely a UI issue. This needs to be fixed. I can't escape out or go back. Okay, so that needs fixed. Let me X out. Do this again. Boop. All right, here we go. All right, so I gotta do it over again. Oh, I gotta do it over again. So confirm. Oh, okay. So pay attention to that because it already saved. Wait, let me go back to main menu and see if it's already in. Okay, it's already in. Got it. Okay, okay. I see what happened. Well, okay. Well, I'm glad it gave me feedback and that let me know that it's already in here. But definitely fix that UI issue so you can go back. I don't know. I tried to scroll down, but I couldn't. So I'm going to adventure and see what happens. Research menu, research data. So this is if I go. I know now if I go in inventory. Okay, that's what it is. The main menu is right here, and it should be over top of this. That's the issue. I can't scroll down. I can't X out of there. Okay. All right. I just wanted to see what the issue was from a developer standpoint. All right. Or no. Back. Read record. Read record. Okay, I get it now. Read record. It's basically a load game, but it's in the jargon of the game. That's cool. I like that. It just needs to be smoother. It needs to flow better, and just if you fix that UI issue, I think that'll probably help to clear that up. Okay, so I'm gonna click on the planet. All right, so I have a planet menu. All right, so you need a little bit of art, obviously, or something, whatever this is gonna be, because I don't know what it's gonna be. So I go back to planet menu. Here's the planet. So I imagine that this is going to be areas on the planet. That's just my first thought. It's probably going to be a map of some sort, maybe like a topological geographic map showing different areas. That's just my guess. Do new discovery. 10 times blue coin. Oh, okay. So I guess this is if I discover something, I get 10 blue coins. Let's see. Let's start mission. Let's see what happens. Ooh. Ooh. Very cool. It's a little squished. It's a little, I don't know if I can do anything about that on my end. It's a little squashed here. This is pretty interesting. Can I? Okay, so I can't click on the map to go anywhere. Okay, I was hoping I could. That would probably be really interesting. Thanks. Okay, cool. Oh, cool. So it's like an RTS. This is very great. Section 4936 generated 250, consumed 50. Substances 3000, data chunk 0, 0 raw chunk. Okay, so probably either simplify it right off the bat and maybe have like 1 or 2 very small tutorial levels that kind of show you what you're doing. Yeah, I guess that would be my guess. Or make this very, very, very simple. Because I don't know what I'm doing. Like, this is this is already interesting to me. I think this is an interesting, there's quite a few interesting concepts here. Let me see what I can do. Oh, you can like play some like vectors, huh? Like vector images. Alright, so I have a reactor. I don't know what it does. Okay, so I don't know what these things are. Can I click on them? Doesn't tell me, but let me see. Let me see if I can do it. So when I use it and then lay it, when I use it and then lay it down, then I can click on it and see what it is, right? Okay, so I can zoom out. That's good. What's this? The Explorer. Ooh, can I move him? Wait, right click. Nice. Okay. Okay. Maybe put a little bit of feedback on the map when I right click. So when I right click, you have like arrows that go into the ground, or like just like a like a blinking dot or something. Maybe with some kind of like beeping sound effects from this guy, from this explorer, or whoever's inside of it. Like just to deepen the game feel. Like on my way, or going, or beep boop boop. Something like that. But also maybe like some kind of visual feedback of where I'm clicking. I like how it turns. It's really cool. I like how the actual image turns. That's great. The icon. Okay, so what can I do here? So something to add might be very quick scroll ups. So like a hover overs, right? So it's like if I hover my mouse over this, a small UI will pop up and tell me basically in very simple terms what this is. So it looks like it's a radar. Okay. So it looks like it toggles on. Can I toggle it off? Yeah. Okay, so toggle it on. And this one. Okay, let's see. Ooh, okay, let's set up here. So this looks like a rock. This looks like a stone. It could either be a stone or like an interesting polygonal ship of some kind. Let me see. It's a cobalt mine deposit with 3,000. Okay. Okay. So I assume that it's going to grab it. I'm not sure. Let me see. This might be your collect. Okay, so task list. I like that. Collect 500. Maybe in the very, very beginning. So in the very beginning when it starts, have this button blinking. So this is what you need to do, right? Maybe have this up here blinking as well where it says substances, and have this blinking as well until you click on it so it can let me know. The UI is really cool. Like, you have a really nice direction with the UI. It just needs to be filled in a lot with like actual information and game flow, so that the player doesn't get confused. What's this? This goes back. Okay. This probably X's out. Okay, this doesn't do anything that I can see, or maybe it undoes. No. Okay, so I don't know how to use this. I'm trying to use it. Let me see. So I'm moving it around. Okay. Don't know what this is either. Interesting though. Maybe he only mines certain things. What's this? Gatherer. Okay, okay, okay. Interesting. Wait, what's this? This doesn't look like cobalt. It is cobalt. Known complexity 200. Known complexity 200. Another explorer. Maybe I just have to hold it over. Let me see. What's this little guy get? Nothing. Wait, I thought I could move him. So I can't move that one. Can I move this one? So this one's green. Green and yellow mean something different, but I can't quite suss out what it is yet. Okay, so you have some kind of lines here, some kind of energy lines. So I imagine I can link them all together in some way. Let me see. Oh, great. Oh, man, I don't think I can put it down because I don't have enough of anything. Okay, yeah, so I'm out of substances. So this is just me kind of blindly going through. I'm out of substances. Deposit. Wasn't there 3,000 there? Did I just screw this up? Alright, okay. It's just you need more sound effects, maybe some kind of like melodic music. I don't know how to. I'm trying to figure out. Maybe it's in here. No, no options. Resume. I'm just trying to figure out. Collect 8 Qing Ling pearls. This is really. I mean, I like it. I like the base idea. Like I kind of see what you're trying to get at, but I don't understand the mechanics. I'm trying to do various things here. Maybe I'm just not pressing the right buttons. Oh, there we go. Capacity. Okay, now it's going back. Okay, here we go. So we're going back. All right, let me grab the other gatherers. Let me check this. Move out of the way. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, so there needs to be some kind of symbolism that occurs, some kind of feedback to let you know, oh, it's all gone. Snap. Known complexity. Maybe I have to scan this guy. I see. I get it now. Okay. So be careful making that guesswork in the beginning. I may or may not be the target demographic, but what I'm also doing is I'm playing this to help you see where I'm getting stuck. So probably anybody else would have stopped before figuring out what to do if it's not super clear. It depends on who your audience is, but it also depends on what you're trying to get across. Do you want the player to have to figure it out themselves without any feedback, or do you want to slowly add feedback to make it more clear? So that's what I would say. If you want to make this more clear and keep people in your game flow, then add more, add more feedback, make it more obvious. Maybe pop-ups that come up, maybe like the first time you click on something, it'll like a UI comes up, or even hovering over almost anything for like a half second will bring it up. And then you can have maybe a toggle to turn tutorial stuff off. A lot of games do that. Things like that, just like really think about it from like a player's first time point of view. So I think I gotta click on it. Right? Thought I had it. Let me move him out of the way. So I don't know what the shovel does yet. Let's use that and go over to you. So it should reduce the known complexity for this, right? Okay, so I have stuff, so I have 588. What's my task? Collect 500 processed data. I have 0 data chunks and 0 raw chunks. I still don't know what that is. I imagine data is just data, but I don't know where to get it, so let's see. Yeah, so I wish I could tell like how much these were to like, you know, so you'd have a lot of info you got to fill in. So this thing's collecting. That's great. I could probably get more on this, right? Let's get some more up here. Good. 2 ships passing in the night. All right, so there's no music, like I said, so I don't mean to just be sitting here in silence. But I like it. Like I said, the basic sound effects you have right now are pretty good. I don't know why this isn't working though. I don't know why this one Explorer is no longer kind of working on these. I don't know why. I am definitely missing the feedback here. I would like a little bit of RTS feedback to let me know what's going on. Let me see if I can hit any more of these guys. Let me go up here. Send a little guy up. Okay, cool. So you have a click and drag to select. Oh, for some reason I can't get this guy. Don't know what's going on. Alright, you... I don't know what is up with you. It was weird. I thought it was the radar thing. Okay, so I have to click the shovel to reduce the complexity. Okay, keep that in mind too. I'm not sure what the 2 of these do, but I know that they're important somehow. I mean, I know that they kind of reduce complexity for these things. So they kind of do the work. Okay, so I'm gonna try that again. I'll use this and click on this. That didn't do anything. Ugh, damn it. Yeah, it's a little janky here. It's a little tough to there we go, to like figure out like when they turn on and off. So try to make that more clear. There we go. Well, that kind of worked. So it went from 200 to 160. Yeah, so it's a little weird. It might be a little buggy. I'm either doing it wrong somehow, and there is a cycle to it, or it's buggy somehow. So double check that. Make sure it's more clear for the player. Use this. No, still didn't work. All right. All right, where are we at? So we have okay, cool. We got more cobalt. I wouldn't. So here's the thing: is I wouldn't worry about art. On your Reddit thread, you were worrying about like art and stuff. Like, don't worry about art. Do not worry about that unless the game is supposed to be pretty. Like if the mechanics require the game to be pretty, then you can worry about it. But just worry about getting the ideas and the mechanics across. Right now, you're doing pretty good. I would make these a bit more rocky. You know what I mean? Like maybe add more minerality to them or something, or just make them a bit more clear. Because like I said, I wasn't sure in the beginning whether they were rocks until I kind of clicked on them, and then I figured out, and that's good. But it's good practice to try to make it so at first glance you pretty much know the player can kind of intuit what it is as soon as possible. So that's it. That's really it. Don't worry about the art being pretty. Just make sure everything looks what it is. Like I clicked on these and I was like, oh, gatherer, and I instantly got that these are just little drones. You know what I mean? Like the way you have everything move is great. The way that I love these like the spaceship drones, these little explorer drones. I love how they turn. Like that's great. Look at that. That you did a great job on that. Really great job. I like these bases. Like I said, so don't worry about the art. What I would worry about right now for you is the UI. Get the user the user interface and the user experience down, so I know kind of what I'm doing from a real-time strategy perspective. So I kind of know what these do just by clicking on them, and I can get the data. I can hover over here, and then something comes up and tells me what it does, and maybe how it reacts to other things. You know, I would look at games like C&C Red Alert or any of the Command and Conquerors. I would look at StarCraft, look at Warcraft, you know, and just see how those games, like the best in the industry, do. I'm sure there's other ones too. I'm just going over like old late '90s, early 2000s, but there's a lot of feedback. So I know I had enough for that, but I didn't know how much it cost. Click, so I can't do that. So here's what I'm going to do. Let me see if I can make a connection here. Can I make a connection? No. So I don't know why I can't make this might be a data link or like a data connection. Let me see what else I can do. Okay, so server node. So this has to do with the data chunks. Let me see. This is upload, this is download. So I think you did good there. Again, I don't know what these do. Let me see. Oh, what is this? An exchange hub. Okay, let me see if I can go somewhere else. It's a little stuff. Let me see. I don't know. Let me see. What else can I do? It's pretty much it. It's pretty much everything, right? Okay, this is a reactor, so this gives me power. But I don't know what I'm supposed to be powering with it. Alright, so in your Reddit thread again, it's currently January 30th, so it might as well be February right now. You have about February, March, and then you asked about being done by April or having a playable thing out by April. You can have something playable. You can have a playable game cycle out by April if you work hard on it and you work on the actual playability and you get a lot of play tests in, so you can keep kind of updating it. I don't know how long you want this game to be, but I would say that 2 months is not near enough to get a full game out of. Depending on how long you want the game to be. You know, like how many levels, how complex. You know what I mean? Like if you made this level the best level it could be with the mechanics you want in this level, you could have that done by April. I would shoot for maybe late April, early May. That's what I would shoot for. I always try to add at least 1.5 or multiply by 1.5 on my original time estimates, because it's just game development just takes forever. It's an inherently creative pursuit, so it's very difficult to time it out. That's why AAA has such an issue with crunch, for instance, etc., etc. But that's neither here nor there. So I would focus just on making sure the player knows what's going on. If you want to keep putting stuff out on the Play My Game subreddit, I'll keep doing these till the cows come home, and I'll keep updating for you. I'll keep helping you out. This is my cup of tea. I think I would really enjoy this. I just kind of don't know what to do. I'm really lost in the weeds, but I'm lost, but it's not messy. It's really, I think what you're doing is really good. I think you have a really good direction. I love the vector art. They're all different. They're all unique. I love the little gears. They look like flowers, but I like the gears. I like how it's all kind of showing me. Maybe try to push that more. This looks like a farm. I thought it was a farm. These do look, now that I see their exchange hubs and server nodes, and they connect somehow. So this might upload to this. This clearly doesn't do anything, but it chains to something else. But I don't know how to do any of that. So I have 5,288 substances. I'm still trying to figure out how to get data chunks. Maybe I have to go up somewhere. Where'd I put my other thing? Let me see. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't worry about. I mean, maybe put like a border around some of this. I mean, so you have this wall, looks like a rock wall. That's fine, but both inside and outside are the same color. I would change that. So make the play area one color and the non-play area of a very distinct other color. Something that when I see it, I know. So like if I'm just outside of the map like this, I don't then get kind of confused. I know when I'm going into blue, I'm going back into the level, but it'll help to differentiate my eye whenever, or the area when my eye goes over it, so I'll kind of instantly know what's happening. So I would add that. Otherwise, you know, it's you can make everything solid colors if you want. Make the art secondary unless the art is required for the mechanics. You know, just make what's required. You're a one-man band. I totally respect what you're doing. It's very impressive. I really like it. And I know it's very difficult, so just focus on your strengths. Double down on your strengths. Double down on everything you want to do. If you're having issues with something, rethink it. Try to get rid of it if you can. If it's required for mechanics, then keep it in and try to keep doubling down on what's good about it. So everything here is working. Like I said, the sound effects are great. You can continue doing without music if you want. That's fine. But I would add more sound effects to these little guys just as feedback. So like even if I'm clicking, right? So like I'm hovering over this guy, and then I click. Maybe he goes like beep beep beep, you know, or something, just to let me know that I have clicked him, because I can't really tell. So here's the other thing: is like you have a bright green. You have like that green around him. So if I'm hovering here and I can see you have a very faded, like low opacity green, that's fine, that green circle, but it blends in with like the gray blue of the background, right? So make the background something that's distinct, something earthy, or whatever color the ground you want it to be, but make sure that it's distinct against the foreground of everything else that I can click on, right? So playable objects need to be brighter, perhaps. They need to be either a different color or a different color or shade, and likely brighter. So try upping the contrast or increasing the brightness just a bit from the darkness of some kind of background or whatever shade color you use for the background. That way I can when I look at it, I can differentiate between the two. So when I click on it, I want audio feedback and I want more visual feedback. Maybe even have the object itself like blink white, right? Like maybe like beep, 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 and it blinks like very rapidly for like a couple milliseconds. Right, so just give me some feedback there. Let me know what I'm doing down here. Give me some kind of UI. Let me know what those are. I don't know, like I said, I don't know how this connects to what. I don't know where to look to get that either. I really wish I could do this task list without getting lost in the mechanics. It seems that you don't have too many mechanics. You have it feels like it's in a good direction. I just would like to be able to understand how these things go together. So I applaud you. I applaud your work. This is my cup of tea. I like how you have like a base world, I think, especially with like the card to explore planets, the currency, which is blue coins. I like that. Man, really, really give me more of that. That's really great. Like really think through it and give me more of that. It really reminds me of like Mass Effect or like a hard sci-fi game. So yeah, I'm thirsty for that stuff. Check this bug. I don't know if it's a bug. Sometimes it takes this scanner. Sometimes it takes the shovel to get these. Maybe even nothing. Yeah, so that doesn't work. Let me move away. Yeah, try to make this as smooth as you possibly can. Okay. That didn't work either. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. Nothing. Okay. All right, so yeah, so I have 8,000 substances, so I was able to figure that out. It was it was rough going, but I think you have good mechanics there. You really need to smooth them out and work with that user interface to let the player know what's going on, because you have RTSs are very complex animals, so just make sure that you get the information across to the player, okay? So you're doing a good job visually. Push the color differentials, the color contrast, the color shades, push those a bit. Don't worry about good art or great art. The direction you're going with here is nice. It's really good. I know this is the reactor. I know this is a server node. I know this is the exchange hub. I know that these are gatherer drones. Excuse me, and I know that these are explorer drones. Like, I know that now. You know what I mean? Like, I as the player, I see them once, they're distinct. Maybe just change the color for this one, or don't, because these are clearly connected. So, or don't. Actually, let me try something. No, that doesn't do anything. Hold on. So you have a reactor. Let me go over to him. Maybe you're messing with. Maybe you're messing with. No, that doesn't work. Okay, I just wanted to see if you're kind of messing with equal shades. I really do want to go more. I want to go further. But I'm stuck right now. I can't really figure it out. What's this guy? So can this guy go off the map? Okay, so you have an in-play area and an out-of-play area. Okay, so maybe make this a different shade. Maybe if it's a mountain, like a mountain or a hill, you know what I mean? Like make it, add some kind of basic texture to it, or just increase the height or something like that. What could also work in your favor, if this is maybe higher or lower, is you can add like a tiny little like circular shadow underneath this guy, and you can change the X, Y, or Z value, whatever is closer to it, to make it look like the shadow's lower or higher, depending on where it's going. That just adds a tiny little bit of depth. Make that tertiary or quaternary on your project management schedule for this, on your development pipeline. But something like that could give a little bit of extra juice to really help with like differentiating where you are in the map. But primary concern for you, I think, would be smoothing out the information that gets to the player. Okay, so really keep working on this. This is really promising. You are way too hard on yourself on your Reddit thread. You're doing fantastic. is development too slow? So one question you asked is development too slow? No. Development is never too slow as long as you're developing. That's it. Development can be too fast. Development can easily be too fast. If you're not paying attention, if you're not getting feedback, you're getting feedback now, you're getting stuff in. This is a really, really good play test. This should give you valuable information. I'm hoping other people will give you valuable information as well. But development is not too slow. The only time it's too slow is if you're not developing at all. Okay, so keep pushing it, keep working, keep cranking stuff out. This is really, really great. I'm super impressed. I'm really impressed. I love RTSs. I make high fidelity 3D art. My brother and I are working on a 3D narrative puzzle game. So it's like we know how hard this stuff can be. But you're working on a very complex game, and it just takes time. It takes time and focus, and it takes conversations with the player through your user interface and visual fidelity, like visual art, just the way these little pieces look. You're doing great. You're doing great. It looks great. Push some of the things maybe that I said to push, but first and foremost work on your user interface and fix a couple of the little minor issues like not being able to back out of the research node in the beginning. Things like that. Just work on smoothing it out. You're doing great. You're doing great. So I really hope to see more. I'm gonna go ahead and X out of this. I really hope to see more. This is amazing. Keep working on it. And again, for everybody else, I'll have the info for this, the link for this, down in the info for the video, the description box. Okay, so thank you so much, and yeah, toodaloo. Hopefully this was helpful. Bye.